Hello, collective. Welcome to your music channeling. We're going to dive right into it. The go-to song is "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You" by the one and only Michael Bolton. I will say this though, I have done a reading on this song before. I will link it down below. I actually got this song when I was doing a bonus reading. I believe it was Virgo. Don't quote me on it. I will link it down below. If it's not Virgo, it's probably Scorpio. So you might be Virgo, Scorpio, or a Libra, because those are the only bonus reading I have done as of now. Okay. But long story short, you could be watching for masculine, and yeah, they're crashing out because, well, you chose somebody else and they don't know how to live without you based on the song. Okay, there we go. If you're watching for a feminine, same thing. Okay, so we're gonna see based on the cards anything else that's relevant. So I'm gonna dissect this into two groups, watching for a femme or a masc individual. Okay, collective. Oh, I found my notes. So I actually did this on the Scorpio reading, so I will link that one. Okay, I tuned into this song on the 1st of May, and some of you guys could be dealing with a Sag, Leo, or a Scorpio, or you are a Sag, Leo, Scorpio. Let's dive into it. We're gonna clarify that since I found my notes. Okay, so if you're watching for Sagittarius, how are they feeling? So this is a Sag, whomever, okay? This Sagittarius, they feel like, let's see here, on the card it says, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So basically, somebody has mommy, daddy issues. You have with this Sag, your Sag has these issues, or they might feel like they can be in a relationship if they won't forgive their own parents, or maybe you need to forgive their parents. Maybe there has been some sort of strife between you and this Sag, or you as a Sag and this person. But yeah, so basically what they are feeling is that they want to give you the love you deserve. You are lovable, okay? Or vice versa, but basically your obstacle is family issues, okay? I'm also tuning into forgiving the past. So the next zodiac sign that was listed is Leo. What's happening? Cards are relevant. In terms of Leo, we got this one. So basically, their emotions is like they don't feel what they felt before, okay? Or you feel this way as a Leo. Now, I will say, if you're a Leo watching, you are feeling upset. You're upset by this, okay? Because you might feel like your person thinks too much of themselves, or could be full of themselves. You might feel like, they're indecisive. They don't know what they want. One day they feel this, the next day they feel that, and you feel some type of way. As a Leo, you're upset with this person, but you also have a hard time letting them go. Should Leo stay in this connection? So for some of you guys, you're gonna let it go. For others, I feel like you still have hope. So yeah, sorry for that. So for some of you guys, for some of you Leos, you're gonna give it a chance. And others, you're gonna be like, you've had enough, okay? The next one is the Scorpio. How are they feeling? Scorpios. So basically, they still feel like you guys have a connection, and they want to give this a chance, okay? Or you feel this way in relation to them. Should Scorpio still deal with them as the Scorpio audience? Yeah, you should. But you might be a bit afraid, feel a bit, you know, confused, oblivious to how you're going to go about this, but things are actually gonna work for you. If you're masculine though, if you're with somebody, make sure you settle things with the other person, okay? And Scorpio, if you're watching, as a male, just sort out the past, okay? And Scorpio, if you are single, male or female, because I will say in your situation, Scorpio, your person might be like, I'm gonna still deal with you and the other person, or it's in the sense of like they're in a situation, Scorpio, but they still want to be a part of your life, okay? So I do see it working out for you, but beware of not becoming the other person, okay? Or you doing this, because somebody may do that, okay? So let's move on. So like I was saying, I got this this song on the 1st of May. Changes that are relevant for collective is that somebody's realizing now that, you know, things are not as serious as they perceived it to be. So this is why they're like, oh my God, I can breathe. Let's take things in the fun direction. So for instance, as an example, okay, as an example, they're coming back. Yeah, you might have been pissed off like a few weeks ago, yesterday, but when they do, the fact that you're opening the door again, they're realizing that, okay, you know, we can go back to ourselves again. If you can go back to making this, because I feel like somebody is scared of like, oh my God, this is the end, or it's too complicated to fix, things are too messy, you know, it's not fun, this is not fixable, there's no love, and now somebody's realizing it wasn't that deep, okay? As an example, if you block them, if they reach out to you in a different way, the fact that you're opening up, they're like, oh, okay, collective is not mad. It's not that serious. So that is the changes for some of you guys, okay? Others, it may differ, okay? Something about Saturday is also relevant. I do feel like it's this upcoming Saturday, okay? Which is in a few days. So, there we go. Now, we're gonna do watching for feminine versus a masculine. Watching for feminine, their feelings for you. So, or the energy towards you. They could have a lot to say, but they feel restricted. I feel like they don't want to overwhelm you, collective. For some of you guys, a lot of the differences in terms of spirituality could be a factor. Like, we don't, you know, go the same path, believe the same thing. Like, they still feel this connection, right? They still very much want to work in this connection. But it's like, you know, as an example, some of you guys, you broke up because you didn't have the same belief system, values, morals, how to go about life in the future. Like in the present is all good, but like whenever you guys headed towards the future, this could have been an issue, but you very much did all you could to make it work. But somehow this seemed to be like a factor. Okay, collective? Yeah. You are their soulmate. You're exactly what they manifested, and you know, it's just this needs to be sorted out. And I feel like it is, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you this, like, there's no perfect person, right? For me personally, if there is love, you guys are good to go, right? But I do, in a human sense, I understand that, a lot of people like, no, if I am moving to Toronto or if I'm going to Howard School, I want my person to come along, or I want my person to kind of get the ideal of it all, or at least have some sort of fundamental understanding. So there could have been a lot of differences between you guys in that sense, okay, based on the cards. But even so, they still have this strong connection towards you, collective. They have so much love for you, right? They like you. But the thing is that I feel like they're not going to be the one to say LOVE. So you guys are going to start taking it slow again to kind of rekindle, because some of the things are still, I feel like it's still going to be there. Again, as an example, it could be in the situation where it's like, politics is very big worldwide, but it could be something of this nature. One person is a Republic, one person is a liberal, and it's like, but there is love between you guys. But I don't know, for some of you guys, that is, as an example, it's still like, I would say this: somebody needs to put aside the differences for you guys to have this blossom new life, okay? Because the love is there. Because I'm also getting the energy, which seems to be quite common. You know how people be like, no, my person or my soulmate or my twin flame, or they married somebody else for money, for status, because of their family. In this case, as an example, like, it would be like you would choose somebody else because of their belief system, or vice versa for your person. I feel like that is the blockage, right? Based on the cards, where it's like, it's not because there's no love between you guys. There is. It just the values, morals, or again, the religious factors that seems to be an obstacle, okay? But it's fixable, okay? I do see you guys working around it. So there's that. This is if you're watching for feminine. So what you can expect, collective, is that there might be a little bit, distant, a little bit distant, okay, when it comes to their approach towards you or action. There will be, but you can expect a little bit of a distance, like in distance in terms of not wanting to interact with you, be with you, because they do. It's more so hesitation. I think that's the right word, okay? Because they're like, there's a lot they want to tell you, okay? Some of you guys, I feel like they want to talk about marriage or a marriage, maybe how you guys are going to go about marriage, or if there was a divorce somehow, somewhere, okay? But yeah, you can also expect a lot of romance, a lot of, aestheticness. So I would say this: for some of you guys, the butterflies, the honeymoon phase, you are right back where you guys left, okay? And for others, it's going to take a little bit of time for your person to adjust. And I feel like it's more so like, collective, they love you, but it's like they can't be swept away if certain things, aka the religious factors, are not being talked about, communicated about, okay? Like, I'm tuning into, it could be a situation where, well, since we're talking about religion, one person is like, God, is this my soulmate? They've been praying and everything, and they love you or you love them, but they're, people around them, or they got some sort of answer like, you can't be married to each other because you know, you don't believe in dot, right? And then it's gonna be like, oh, I can't be with them, I can't be with collective because I am a faithful religious dot, and they don't really, that's not their vibe, so they rather let it go because the Bible or the Quran or the whatever, it says this and that, and they could have tried somewhere else because of that, as an example, but it's not the same. It's not the same when it's you. I feel like something of this nature is very relevant. I know a lot of people be like, if I'm gonna be with somebody, for some reason, love doesn't seem to be the factor. Okay? Now, you can not just survive on love in terms of in a relationship. Like, you know, let's be logical here. But I feel like in this case, it's where so like somebody was like praying or the belief system wasn't aligned. So they kind of have forced themselves to be with another individual, but it's not the same love like with you. Okay? So there's gonna be hesitation in terms of getting deep into the LOV department because of, you know, fear, basically. They don't want to be seduced by you. Okay. And some of you guys might expect some sort of jealousy, moodiness, unrealistic expectations, behaviorism from your person, and this could stem from like, I don't know, this is like their comeback or people's opinion. And if there was, because I will say this, so you guys in this section, I don't feel like the issues, like I said in the beginning, overall for everyone, the issues, the situation is not that deep. If you call them, they will pick up. If you meet, you guys will talk. Okay, will you jump into a relationship like the same day? Probably not. There will be discussions, okay? And the background of it all is that you guys love each other. For some of you guys, the honeymoon phase will start as soon as you think. And for others, it's gonna be like, I will have to take my time with collective because I can't be charmed by them. I love them, but like, you know, I can't be in La La Land. Some of you guys, you will be in La La Land again. If you know the definition of La La Land, you know what it is. Others, there's going to be hesitation from your feminines because of belief system, okay? Lord, what is that's a long ass explanation. Listen, if you're watching for masculine, these are your cards, collective. So they are ready to be your emperor. Okay, based on the cards, that's a Taurus, Aries. But I'm also sitting into Aquarius and a Gemini. Could be relevant, collective. If you're watching for masculine, collective, in this reading, they're ready to be emperor. They have a lot of emotions for you. There could be secrets that you might be, secret revelations that, you know, might shock you, or maybe they're shocking themselves of how much they realize of how deeply they feel for you. Okay, you are their peace. They want to bring peace to you. You are their Two of Cups. I love this. And that's the situation, the message, and the feelings in relation to watching for masculines, okay? Now, I will say a lot of your masculines were quite clueless on how they were feeling before. Because remember, if we go back to the song, it's like they didn't realize. No, not even that. The song is basically based on losing somebody that they love to somebody else, and now they feel like it's too late. Now, based on the hangman, it could have been a situation where it's like they were clueless of like, oh my god, when it was the end with collective, the fact that you went with somebody else and it was serious, so serious that they know there's no way on earth that they can get you back. Everything just came crashing down. Okay, so you definitely want to work in this relationship. You definitely bring them butterflies. You definitely are still very much their one and only that. not only is it honeymoon phase, butterflies, but it's also emotional intelligence, the heart, everything is activated, okay? And I feel like they were trying their best not to like be overwhelmed by this, controlled over this, but you know, you can't help who you love. So there we go. Watching for a masculine. So collective, these are your messages, and I'm still channeling somebody's about to get a message by Saturday or on Saturday. Like, I'm still tuning into that. So there we go. Okay. I think that's it though. I think that's everything. Now, I'll have to apologize. I'm in my lazy era right now. So I don't have the initials around here. So we're gonna just keep it as it is. And thank you for tuning in. Let's do like a few numbers games, okay? I did mention like Saturday, so if it resonates, please take it. So this is gonna do numbers that are relevant for you guys. If there are no numbers that comes out, we're gonna just thank you for watching, okay? So we got number 9. So 9 days, weeks, hours, months. We also got number 3. 3 hours, days, weeks, months. On the 3rd, on the 9th. We also got 6. Okay? Same thing. Hours, days, weeks, months on the 6th, on the 3rd, on the 9th. I think this is quite like I'm a numbers girl. So look at this. 3, 6, 9. The manifestation has arrived. So thank you for watching and go back on the journey on your life. Okay? With this person. Okay.